Alright, so I don't know if you're aware of what's been happening the past month, I think. Fucking Xbox just acquired Activision and Blizzard. Do you know anything about that?
No, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
So Activision is like a publisher for games, obviously, and Blizzard is another one. So Activision, they own.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I know the companies. Yeah.
So Activision owns like Call of Duty and shit. And then like Blizzard, they have like Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and shit like that.
Yeah.
So people are saying like, like Call of Duty is gonna be an Xbox exclusive or whatever. And then so same with like Overwatch and like Fallout and all that shit. So people are like, oh shit, Xbox is about to be up. And then like a couple of days after that, PlayStation bought Bungie. Do you know what Bungie is?
No, that company I never heard of.
So Bungie is made up of people who made the original Halo. The people who've been making the past like 3 or 4 Halos weren't the people who started making the like OGs, like started Halo, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pretty much like around like Halo 3, a whole bunch of the people that created Halo left and made their own studio called Bungie, and then they created Destiny. So yeah, so what's it called? So people are saying like now PlayStation has something to, like, if Call of Duty does go to Xbox, like I don't think it's gonna happen in like the next like 3 probably generations, but maybe like when the next Xbox comes out, it's gonna be like Call of Duty strictly. Like I feel like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like that
sucks. That kind of sucks that they're doing that, because I've always played Call of Duty on PlayStation and shit. So, well, I played it on Xbox 360 too.
I honestly don't give a fuck. Call of Duty hasn't been good in a couple of years.
But it's like Call of Duty is getting like really repetitive. So there's no really point of like worrying about that. I feel like the game's really repetitive. It's like, what else could they do that's gonna make it?
I feel like the best outcome is, what's it called? So maybe like the next 3 Call of Duties would be on PlayStation, but after that, most likely be Xbox exclusive. So I'm thinking, unless Call of Duty gets good within those 3 years, like I'm really not gonna give a fuck if I never play Call of Duty again. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not really stressing about that. Like, I would say like if they said something like Apex or something like that, like yeah, then I'll be like, oh damn, like that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But
So
Call of Duty is not really a franchise to really worry about.
yeah, it's just so what's it called? So people are saying that pretty much now that PlayStation bought Bungie, Bungie can pretty much create their own first-person shooter specifically for PlayStation, like, you know what I mean, to rival Call of Duty, because they made Destiny and Destiny 2, and both of those games, regardless of what if people play them or not, like the gameplay is fun, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that game's fun.
So we're just gonna, because there's a big like Microsoft versus Xbox thing going on, I wanted to, what's it called, talk about exclusives that are coming out for each console in 2022. Supposedly, most of these games most likely will be delayed. Like, you know, that's just how it's been. Coronavirus and shit. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So I guess these are all the Xbox exclusives that are coming out in 2022. Okay. So first game we have Crossfire X. I've never heard of that before. Crossfire X. Crossfire X is it's like a first-person shooter, pretty much. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of it. You heard of Crossfire X before?
Nah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's giving me Ghost Recon vibes from the cover.
Yeah, it's saying it's designed to be a single-player game. So no multiplayer? Question mark?
I ain't gonna lie, they gotta start doing that.
Nah, I mean I like single player games, so I don't know. Next game is Tunic. Tunic is a beautifully crafted ancient world where you find many lost legends, ancient powers, and of course giant monsters. Isometric action, so it's a top-down type of game. How's that looking?
I'm not really a big fan of those styles of gameplay.
Me either. Honestly.
Some people really like that, like especially if you like the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
a lot of people like those type of games.
Also, let me preface this: all these games are coming out on PC too. So it's not really an Xbox exclusive, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like PC always gets everything, but I think
they don't get PlayStation games.
They don't?
No, they just literally they just got God of War.
That's wow. Man.
Yeah. You know, that's the whole point of it being exclusive for the system. So you have to buy the system to play it, you know?
I always thought like the PC was like the exception. I never had a PC, so.
Nah, especially if because Microsoft is a computer company, so and PlayStation, Sony isn't a computer company. They don't make computers, so it's for their system. Next game is Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. I heard of the first Stalker. It's pretty much like an action survival game where it takes place. It's pretty much in an alternate universe where Chernobyl really fucked everything up. Like, you know what Chernobyl is?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
The explosion and shit, the nuclear shit,
radiation and all that.
Yeah. So it pretty much fucked up everything, and it's like a single player experience, which is pretty cool. I've seen a lot of gameplay of this one. The graphics on this one look crazy. I can't lie. Shout out to Xbox on that one.
So essentially, what are you doing? Are you just roaming around fighting?
It's an open world, so it's like I'm assuming you're making. It's kind of like RPG-esque where you're talking to people, doing things for people type thing. You know what I mean? Because it's trying to survive pretty much. Okay. Yeah. So it says in an open world experience, you will need to deal with all of the supernatural dangers of Chernobyl, as well as fight with the brutal factions of the ruined city to survive. That looks cool. You ever heard of Stalker before? It was on like the OG Xbox and shit.
I've never heard of this game, no. But so the first one was about Chernobyl as well, or no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's on to the next one. Starfield. People are amped about this one. I've heard this game a lot. It's made by the people who made Skyrim, you know, those type of games, you know?
Yeah.
But this is the first time they're going into the future instead of like medieval times and shit, you know what I mean? So it's a new IP. It's an open world RPG, massive world. Made by the people of Skyrim. It's yet to be seen what the storyline is going to be, but it's supposed to be like a massive space exploration on some Mass Effect shit. Yeah.
I can get behind that one.
Yeah, they've been waiting on this game for years though. So I don't know.
I played Skyrim. I never really like finished it or anything, but it was fun. That game's pretty fun, and the world building in that game was insane. So it's like, if you're doing a futuristic one, I could. That's something more appealing to me because I'm not really focused on like past events. I like futuristic stuff because I play like games like that all the time. I feel like.
Exactly, I agree, man. I agree. But this game will most likely be delayed because it's a big game, and they haven't even showed any gameplay of it. And you know that's a bad sign. So it's supposed to come out November 11th. Cool. Next game, Shredders. Just by the image, it's clearly a snowboarding game. Oh, so this is. Have you ever played Steep?
Yeah, I played Steep. That shit was fun.
Yeah. So I'm guessing this is like the same type of game. We don't really have to dive too deep in it. It's fucking snowboarding.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever. Warhammer 40K Dark Tide. So Warhammer games, they've been making games for years. Well, and most of their game is like most of their games are like what's it called? Like I'm pretty sure they're turn-based games, but this is the first one where it's like a co-op looter shooter, like on some. It's pretty much like zombies, pretty much.
Oh,
That's cool. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's probably dope for the people who like Warhammer games, but I don't know. This just looks like another.
I like looting games. I like looting games.
Looter shooters.
Yeah. Like I do like the Division still. I know some people don't like it, but I like looting shooters.
Okay, Redfall. Yes, Bethesda's Arcane. Okay, so this is made by the people who made what's it called? Deathloop, Dishonored. Have you ever played any of those games?
I never played Deathloop. I think that recently came out. Dishonored, I've seen like some gameplay of it.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the same thing as this shit. It's a zombie game, except for zombies, it's vampires.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks like they have some weird ass gadgets.
Yeah. So 4-player zombie shooter. I don't know.
I can get behind that. I mean, it just has to be good. That's the thing.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of games like this, but there's not a lot of games that are good like this. Like I feel like one of the best ones was like Left 4 Dead 2 and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Left 4 Dead 2, you could play that game today and it's still fun.
Yeah, even what's that game that I recently got? It's called Back for Dead, right?
Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. Yeah, Back 4 Blood. I don't know that game. Like I play it and I just don't fuck with it. Like,
nah, no, it's funny because it's some of the people who made Left 4 Dead made that game, and they like people like I've watched a lot. Like, even though I don't play every game, I watch a lot of videos on games just because like that's just what I'm interested in, obviously. So I watch a lot of people who were like do video essays on games and shit. And I was watching it and they were saying like pretty much you could tell all the good people left. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the good people left, and then all the shitty people made Back 4 Blood. You know what I mean? I was like, sheesh, that's tough.
Bro, like the movement, like when I was playing that game, the movement would get me like busy. It was like weird. It was just a weird movement, and then like I don't know, it's just not exciting. Like you'll be fighting, and you're like, oh, this is not really that fun.
Yeah, they've done a lot of comparisons, and it's crazy how Left 4 Dead 2 stands the test of time and Back 4 Blood doesn't, like, and it just came out. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, next game, Scorn. This game is actually kind of cool. Like, I've seen a lot of gameplay of it. It's pretty much a first-person shooter in a horror game. Like, Doom is close. I could compare it to Doom because, like, you're fighting monsters, but this is far right horror game where like you're fighting demon babies and shit. Like people are coming out the walls, and the guns you have is like made out of the intestines of somebody, and you're shooting like it's crazy. It's actually kind of wild. This is one of the few games that it's strict. It's like they went horror before they went shooter, but it is a shooting game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like my horror games, so I can get behind that. Yeah, it looks
dope. I'll probably show you some gameplay later, but it looks pretty cool. It's October, obviously that'll be cool, but I don't think it's coming out. I can't lie to you. Next game, Somerville. It's a indie story-rich project that managed to add itself to anticipated titles of many gamers with its outstanding presentation and trailer. Okay, so I'm assuming this game is kind of like a life is short, or like those games where you're like walking around but you can't really like, it's not like you're fighting people or anything. It's kind of like a story-driven game. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those aren't my type of games, so I really don't give a fuck. I can't lie to you. Next game, Slime Rancher 2. This is a peaceful open world game. I've never heard of Slime Rancher before. I have no idea what this game is. Can't really tell you much. Yeah. What's next? Replace. Never heard of this. This is a 2D action adventure. Replace made a name for itself after its high-octane E3 gameplay trailer. Yeah, 2D game. I guess that's cool. There's not a lot of 2D games. I don't really have anything else to say. Ark 2. You ever played Ark?
No, I think you've told me to play it before.
This is probably way back in the day because the first one came out years ago. It's pretty much a survival game. Yeah, you literally land on an island with like butt naked with nothing, and you gotta like build everything up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you gotta capture animals. You gotta create armor, create fire, create your crib, all that shit. It's cool.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's not bad. Next game. Oh, that's it. Well, so what's your thoughts on those Xbox games that they like? I know you haven't seen any of the gameplay, but just like from what you've seen.
So from what I've seen, I would say the ones that were interesting to me were I would say Ark. Ark is kind of sounds fun because it's a survival game. I like those type of games where it's like it's kind of hard to find like resources and stuff like that. Like you got to kind of work for it, and like when you get like that like an item, it's really useful. Kind of like Fallout. When you would play Fallout, like you'd get like these weapons. You're like, oh damn, I finally got this weapon. I can like really like mess up some zombies and shit like that. Hopefully that zombie game you just mentioned. What was it called?
Which one you talking about?
Is it
Red something. Let me see if I can find it. Redfall.
Yeah. Hopefully that's good because I haven't really played a really good zombie game in a long time, and I like zombie anything like zombie shows, zombie video games. Like I just like the post-apocalyptic world idea. I think it's really fun to watch. Like even like things like The Purge and shit like that. I like stories like that. I find them entertaining, even though they're really repetitive. I find it entertaining. Okay. And then the Chernobyl one, I could see myself playing that too.
Stalker game. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna hop onto the PlayStation joints. So, not obviously just like Xbox, not every game's gonna release this year, but they're expected to release this year. Okay, so we have the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, which is Uncharted 4, and then Lost Legacy, which is like a separate game, like where you're playing as a girl, but it's still in the Uncharted universe. So it's pretty much what Miles Morales is to Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
is that like a long game or is that really short?
So I would put it at since it's not open world, it's probably shorter than Miles. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but that's cool that it's coming in a bundle because Uncharted 4 is fire itself. So, and I played a little bit of the Lost Legacy, and it's pretty much a better because it came out probably like a year or so after Uncharted 4. So it's pretty much an upgraded version of Uncharted 4 with better graphics and like gameplay, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd replay Uncharted 4, but I'd play Lost Legacy because I didn't beat it.
Uncharted 4 was fire.
Yeah.
I'll definitely play that.
Okay, next we got Sifu. I know you didn't know this was a PlayStation exclusive, but it is.
Oh yeah, I had no idea.
You already know about this game. I'm about to pick it up probably next week. This game is about to be fucking turned, my nigga. It's turned.
Like every time when I see like the gameplay or like the trailer, I think of Bruce Lee. Like
I I'm hip.
So it looked like a movie. It's like a movie basically.
Yeah, so I'm watching a lot of gameplay on it. I know. So it's a pretty short game, and it's not like a full price game as well. But the whole point of the game is it's one of those games where you have to repeat the levels to perfect it. So on some Devil May Cry type shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty dope. I'm excited. Comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna probably pick it up this week or next week. Next game, Horizon Forbidden West. The first one was fun. I didn't beat it, but it was still a fun game. I'm excited to try this one and hopefully beat it. But the first one was so big and large, so it's kind of like it takes a lot to play like a 50-hour game or some shit, like, you know what I mean?
It's on PlayStation now. I've been playing it, but every time when I start to play, I get interrupted.
Nah, yeah. So obviously it's gonna be a fire game. That's just what it is. But are we gonna be able to play it? Like, that's the whole point. Like, am I gonna be able to finish it? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because all the games I've seen is fire. Well, it was just kind of, I don't know, it just too long. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I was just like, yo, this shit's never ending. And then on top of that, it just kind of felt like you were underpowered against these giant fucking monsters that kill you in one hit. It's kind of like OD. Like, obviously you could get good at it, but it was just like, fuck, man. Like, this shit's hard. Like, it was hard. It was actually a hard game, in my opinion. But yeah, next game, Babylon's Fall. Never heard of it. It's a new IP. Oh, it's made by Platinum Games. Oh shit. Platinum Games are the people who make Bayonetta, like those type of quick fighting games, like Astral Chain.
That's my type of game.
Yeah, Astral Chain and shit. So, co-op. That's cool. Online co-op, 4 players. That's dope. I didn't know they were coming out with a game this year. Out to Platinum Games. They're really dope. I fucks with them. Alright, next game. Gran Turismo 7. There's nothing really to say. Vroom vroom. Drive fast. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Well, we got Forspoken. Forspoken. I think I sent you gameplay of this.
Yeah, you did. That game looks fire.
It looks too fire, bro.
It's like that game and the monkey game that you sent me look fire, bro.
Yeah. So supposedly this is coming out May 24th. We've seen gameplay of it, so that leads me to say that they're somewhat finished with the game. Because it still could be delayed. But I think the story is kind of dope because it's pretty much so like somebody from our times gets sent back to the past and are given powers to like fight this evil. So she's like a New Yorker, like from like 2021 type shit. Mm-hmm. And she gets thrown into the past with magical powers, and she has to like defeat this god or some shit, which is pretty cool. Like the game, one of my things about open world games is like the movement has to be fun for me to like continuously play. Like same with like Dying Light. Like Dying Light is fun, like all the game, like the concepts and the zombies and shit. But what makes the game is like the movement, like the parkour system, being able to go wherever you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that makes games like, damn, I have this last mission. Like, I'm willing to do it because it's fun to move from point A to B versus like any other game where you're like, I'll do it again. I'll do it tomorrow or some shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm actually really excited for this game. Next game, Stray. So this is a cat simulator. So it's a cat simulator placed in the future. I don't know anything else I can really tell you about it. Yeah, you're a cat.
Some people are into games like that. Like I've seen on Twitch, like some guys are into games like you're driving. There's like this weird train, like a bus drive simulator game that people be playing.
Yeah.
I don't see the fun in it, but some people just love it.
I knew they could make a game out of anything when there's a game where you play as a piece of bread.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's called I Am Bread. Look it up, man. It's a real game.
The hell? That's weird.
Next, God of War Ragnarok. This is 100% not coming out this year. I don't care what anybody says. This game's not coming out this year.
But when it do come out,
it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be game of the year, 100%. So yeah, you know what it is. You played the game. It's pretty much, you're gonna be fighting Thor and shit. You know what I mean? That's it. You know. Hopefully, my hope for this game is that this is the end of this saga, so to speak. And I want them to, for the third game, to pretty much do whatever they want when it comes to setting. Like I want them to, because in the first God of War, they pretty much showed you that there's gods in all the religion and shit. All the universes are kind of in one place. So like Greek gods, like, you know what I mean, Norse gods, Egyptian gods and shit. So I want him to go to Egypt, slice some niggas up, go to China, fuck them niggas up. Like I want all that. Like that's what I want. That's what I hope. Because me personally, Norse mythology is all right. Like I don't care about Norse mythology personally. I liked Greek mythology more, but he did destroy that world, so it makes sense. But I would love to see him. Oh, well, this is confirmed to be the finale of the Norse saga. Oh shit. So my dream is confirmed. The third game. Oh, we could get anything in the third game, which would be fire.
You think it's gonna be him still if they make another one, or it's gonna be, the little one?
I really don't know, but all I know is that it most likely will be, because he's the face of he is the God of War. It's not his son of the God of War, like, you know?
Yeah.
But I can see it, because I know, spoiler for the first game, I know you've seen that painting on the wall when he was holding his dead body.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. Tchia, I've seen some gameplay of this. I don't know what this game is. You're pretty much like a little girl on an island, and you're just like climbing, gliding, swimming and shit. You're just collecting things, and you could like take control of animals and birds and shit.
Game of Thrones. She has the power like to. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell you anything about it, but it's an open world game, so that's cool. I'm a fan of those. PSVR 2. PSVR 2 is coming out this year. So the PSVR, the OG one, came out in for the PS3, early PS4. So the fact that they're coming out with a new one, for the PS5, the game is gonna be crazy. Like the graphics gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be nuts. Like that's just what it is.
I feel like especially what we've been seeing in VR gameplay,
exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
So, yeah. I'm excited for that. So
is that gonna be attached to the PlayStation or?
Well, you're gonna need a PlayStation to use it.
Okay.
Unlike the Oculus, when you just all you need was the headset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't mean to be biased, but the one list is looking kind of litter than the other one. But what's your thoughts on it?
I definitely would say PlayStation's probably gonna be winning because it has. Well, the thing is, I am kind of biased too because I don't really play Xbox exclusives like that. I play PlayStation shit. So,
but I mean, it's one of those things where you could be biased as much as you want, but you can't deny the truth. It's kind of like I'm a big DC fan, but I'm not gonna be like, yo, DC's up. We're better than Marvel. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. You could kind of just, I don't know. Well, obviously it's what you're more interested in. You could be obviously way more interested in the Xbox games, but for me, those PlayStation games, the fact that they're not all those Xbox games are gonna be on PC, none of these PlayStation games will be on PC. They're gonna be strictly for the PlayStation. So it's pretty much telling you like, if you want to play this game, you have to get a PlayStation. But for Xbox, if you want to play those games, you could play it on your old Xbox, or you could play it on your PC. You don't really need to get the new Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely see myself enjoying like more of the PlayStation games because I kind of know what to expect. Kind of, because like I feel like we've seen gameplay on Forspoken, we've seen God of War, of course. We know how God of War is, and we know Uncharted's like a really good game because we play that. So I feel like since I've experienced the games more, I know what to expect, and I know they're gonna be good. Compared as where with Xbox, I'm hearing about the games, and I don't really know much about them. And Horizon's a pretty fun game because I've been playing that myself.
Yeah. So there's also, it could, I don't know if it will come out this year, but Spider-Man 2 is supposedly supposed to come out soon. So it'll probably come out this year or next year.
If that happens, it's game over.
It's GG after that. Like, it's, I don't know what else to say. But
Glamour of wearing diamonds. Diamonds bring status, elegance, and prestige. Their brilliance makes